Eh,
Okay.
eh,
I hope now you will loop your mic sometimes because I can hear the noise at your background. While waiting for those people to join, can't wait for them. They will find us teaching. So I hope you can now see the screen. Is that so? Hello?
hello.
Can you be able to see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about what we call the functions and relations. We're going to talk about what we call the functions and what? And relations. What do you understand or any ufesesa meaning nga chithu chinovidzwa functions and relations? What do you understand by functions and relations?
Mm, work was something like the flow diagram.
They will be doing something like what we call the flow diagram. But now, as far as we're concerned, when we're talking about functions and relations, we must know about the function. What is a function? We can say a function is the rule which a function is a rule which states the relationship a function is a rule which states the relationship between an input value, or you can say value, and an output value. So those relationships can be expressed using, we can say those relationships can be expressed using, we can use what we call the formula. We can use formulas. Are we fine? Hello? Andani?
Nda,
Are we still together? Can you see what I'm
eh,
writing?
kadimon.
Okay, we can use formulas, tables, and flow diagram. And flow diagram. So in this section, we'll call the input X. Okay, let me say, we will call the input ndi zvine rakojenisa here ati. We'll call the input value X and the output value Y. So let's take an example. Can we go to the next slide?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say as an example, They say examine and they say examine examine the flow diagram, examine the flow diagram below, and answer the questions which follows. Or they say examine the diagram below and answer the questions which follows. Let's say we've got our x, and they say this is the input. I want to draw something that will be visible at your side. They say this is the input. And we've got 2 into x minus 3. They say, or y. So we've got what we call input and output, which is x and y. Are we still together? Oh, in order for you to understood what we are doing, let me just do it like this. And say our x, let me write our x with the blue. Then you will see that we put x in blue. They say that on the first question, on A, they say write down a rule. Write down a what? A rule. You guys, you did sequences, that's all. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. They say write down the rule in words for the flow diagram. Number B, they say write down a formula which can be used to represent the flow diagram. Or let me make things simple for you so that myself, I don't struggle by writing everything down and upload the shortcut of what we are trying to say, of what I'm saying. Just give me a minute. Can you see the question now?
Kwa hivyo
Okay. So here is the question. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through this question together. Can you see? So ourselves, we are given this. If we substitute x, any value here, where there's the x, we get y. Is that so?
X is the independent variable.
Sorry?
Ndore X is the independent variable.
Okay, which question are you answering on that one? Hello?
And
Which question are you answering on that one?
on that ndakore into X. Ndakore X is independent to what?
Yes,
Into it's independent to what?
x doesn't depend on y. Is that so? So what did you write on the rules? So they say write down a rule in words for the flow diagram. You are explaining this diagram, by the way.
Okay.
What did you say? Masturera? If we can look at our diagram, we can see that in order to obtain or to get the output, which is the y value, is that so? Hello? Which is what? What must we do? We multiply the input value. We multiply the input value by what? Which is x. It's multiplied by what? By 2. Is that so? And we subtract what? Hello?
Subtract by into resubtract anga 3.
Oh, then we subtract by 3. You have answered that equation. They say write down the formula which can be used to represent the flow diagram. The formula is in the middle. Is y is equals to 2x plus minus 3. You are done. Is it difficult?
I couldn't.
Master, did you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So now they say use the flow diagram or your formula to fill in the table below. It means where there's a x, we first substitute with 1, then we get the corresponding y value. So it means we're going to have y is equals to 2 into 1 minus 3. Then we get what?
-1.
-1. It means here is what? Is -1. Is it visible or should I change the color? Here is -1. It's visible, right? Then when we substitute with the 2, we get what?
What?
When we put 3, when we substitute with 3, we get 3. When we substitute with 4, we get 5. Is that so? When we substitute with 10, we get 17. When we substitute with 15, what did we get? 27. When we substitute with 20, we get what? 37. Do you guys have any question?
No question. No question.
We don't have any question, right? So this is what we call hello. Please look your mic. So this is the formula that we're doing what? This is the formula that it's being used. So is there any question before we proceed?
No question.
Can we proceed to the next question and see if we are still at the same side together? Can we do the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next question and see if we manage to answer it. Here is our next question. Is the question visible? Hello?
Yes,
They say examine the geometric pattern below. You guys, you did geometric, is that so? Okay, so now we have got a pattern. Can you see this pattern? Is how many sticks are there?
4.
4. And on the second pattern, we have got how many sticks there? We've got 4 sticks. On the second pattern, we've got how many sticks? 7 is that so?
Yeah.
And on the third, we've got how many sticks?
10.
10. So we've got 4, 7, 10. Can you see the difference? 4 minus 7 minus 4 is 3. 10 minus 4 is 3. It means this pattern is an arithmetic. It's a linear. Is that so?
Yeah.
But why did they say a geometric? This is wrong. It's not a geometric, this pattern. It's an arithmetic. It's a linear. Is that so?
Yeah.
So now, they say write a formula to represent the following. We know that this is 3, this is 3. Is that so?
Yeah.
Why is 3?
Sorry?
Why we say this 3?
Remember, when the D is the different is nothing but given by T2, the second term minus the first term. What is the second term? Is 7. First term is 4. Then we get what? 3. Did you get it?
Yeah.
So the constant difference between each term is 3. So it means from our formula for y equals to dx, where d is the different, plus c. It means c, we know our d, we've got 3x plus c. Did you get it?
Yeah.
So to determine the value of c, the number which has to be added to obtain 4. And then the first term is 4.
Yeah.
Our c is nothing but equals to 4 minus 3. Then we get what? 1. C is always the different, is always the first term minus the different. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Therefore, it means our equation is y is equals to what? 3x plus 1. Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some people, they use this y equals to a plus into n minus 1d. Is that so? Our a is the first term plus into, here we're using x, right? Here we're using x. Then 4 into x minus 1, our d is the different, which is 3. Then this is equals to 4 plus 3x minus 3. Then this is equals to 3x plus 1. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Is it difficult? Hello?
No. I couldn't.
Can we proceed?
Komela ba ime kadingwa.
Okay.
Ndopedza.
Okay. What about others?
Yeah, repeat.
Okay. Let's go to the next question. The next question says what? Masculina, may you please read the question for us?
Represent the pattern as a flow diagram.
On flow diagram, what is needed? On flow diagram, what is needed? They say represent this thing in a flow diagram. On flow diagram, this is our flow diagram. Is the what? Is the input. Is that so? Then here we write our what? Our formula. And our formula is 3 into x plus 1. Then we write our what? Our y, which is output. We are done. Was it difficult?
Aye.
Then we go to the next question. Here is the next question. There we go. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you try it? Let's be fast, we're behind time. Let's check our point. Very nice. If we can look at this one, they say 0. 0 is what? Is here, right? It goes with what? Okay, when x is 0, when they say x returns 0, our corresponding y value is what? -1. Is that so?
Yeah.
Where y is 1, when y is 1, is going with what? With 1 of x. Did you see that? When y is 3, is going with what? With the 2 of x. Did you see that? When x is 3, is going with what? With 5 of y. Is it difficult?
Hi.
Can we proceed?
Yeah.
Let's say complete the table below and use it to draw a flow diagram to represent the relationship between the input and the output. So they say times 2 minus 1. So it means we're going to say 0. We're going to say 0 times 2, then minus 1. Then we get what? Minus 1. Then 1 times 2 minus 1. Like that. Is it difficult?
Come here, by repeat. Come here, by repeat.
Alpha OP times 2 minus 1. T input ukidzinga panza. Jambo rokudodara 0 times 2 rakono minus 1 rawana minus 1. Jambo reapa input ndi 1. 1 times 2 minus 1 rawana kugaya 1. Apa input yacho ndi 2 ndi 2 times 2 minus 1 rawana kugaya 3. Mazobona?
Ndozvibona.
Apa input yacho ndi 3 is 3 times 2 minus 1. Then we get what? 5. So already they give us the formula. How good. They say we must write again the what? The flow diagram, right?
Flow diagram.
Then our flow diagram is going to be X input here we're going to have what? 2 times X. X is input. Our input, we were multiplying our input by 2. That's why we said our input, since it's X times 2, we minus 1. Then we'll get the output, which is 1. I will find.
Yeah.
Any question, guys? Hi, beloved, guys. Ndinyasa kupesisa wa. Namtasa kupesisa wa.
Kusifezeza.
Repanda. Zimbabwe izindi maraga zamahara te. 3 marks. Okay, let's proceed to the next question. Let's see. Here is a question. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Kusifo.
Okay, can you try it to fill the table of the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, please do so.
Yopera.
Adenai. Ako pietorere rich.
Nori -3.
You get when you substitute one. How do to Mariambe?
Nori
Oh,
-3
you are saying what you wrote. Okay, -3 into what?
-1.
Plus,
8. Yeah,
then you get what?
11.
You get 11. So now we need final solution on those ones. Archamburo, there are -3 into mina. Our both division. Are then a pinduro you pay it up.
8.
You get 8.
5.
We get 5.
2.
We get 2.
-1.
-1.
-4.
-4. Then when we plot the graph, we know how to plot rifara -1 ya x. Ratwana yokila ya kalevene ya y kila right chidoto. Rozubona ramwa uri apa ni mini the -1 na mini na level. Ishida. Radaka 0 na 8. 0 kila ya toyar na 8. Kifala right chidoto ramwa uri ndi 0 na 8. Rayaka 1 k la na 5 k ramwaro uri ndi 1 na 5 rozvibona ti adaka 2 ikuchimira na mini 2 ikuchimira na 2k ramwaro uri ndi mi ndi 2 na 2 adaka 3 ikuchimira na -1 k la ramwaro uri ndi mini ndi 3 na minus 1. 4 ikuchimira na mi na minus 4 kezvitla ramwaro rindi mi ndi 4 na minus 4. Taropedza rava roita ni
Ropedza.
So question dziko remini khavini ndarotosala nga minetse mitukutuku uri rive rochiri mushumo wa namusi ro fedza functions and relations yoṱhe. Question khaviwe dziko remini nga. Do you understand what we were doing, or you were just agreeing on what I was saying? That's a honest question.
Quite honest and ndopfesesa.
Okay, anyone with a complaint? Hello?
Ndopfesesa.
Zvambori machero ka functions and relations ḓovha ri tshi khou amba nga dzi graph futhi u wana gradient roṱhe. Kana ri wane equation ko to fhedzisela kwa ḓuvha kune kwa vha kwa namusi ri vale ngako a vha ri ndi ku 1 vha ndi ku 1 a vha mphe 1 minute ine ya vha minute muthihi fhedzi vha dzhina tshifhinga. Ni vhalese vheiwe thi. Question kwasho kuku uwo vhonala na ndi. Okay, mbudziso i nga tou vha nthihi, i nga vha yo tou ri afha huṅwe ndi vhugai fhasi ha B?
Fhasi ha mini?
Ha B ana yo ri 1 A B 42 afho yo ri mini ya kona uri C?
Siya.
Ndi 5 ya fhauri nazipesa ndi 5 ya zwa restrictive to determine mini nga ri khou tou fhaṱulela a ri thoma zwamba yo thoma ri nga ri y is equals to ra pangela 1 the power 2 minus 3 u pfhi ri wana vhugai? Y ndi khou ita y na input ane ri na input na output 5 into 1 a zwone
Ndi zwone.
ani khou zwi pfhesesa ri y yashu ndi output ndi idzi. You understand now? Then if we're saying y is equals to 5 into 1 the power 2 minus 3, then we get what?
2.
The solution is equals to 2. Therefore, our A is equals to 2. Now, specify something.
A.
Why our Y in the A? Linear numbers. So require y is equals to 5 into x actually
42
be azone.
joy
Re thome re substitute kana re do substitute magumoni.
Magumon.
Number the x squared minus 3. Therefore, y shouldn't be guy the 42. Number the 42, 3 changang plus. There is equals to 5x to the power what? 2. 45 is equals to 5x to the power 2. Therefore, I divide. Ngabugai, nga 5. Rawana x squared equaling an nabugai.
kombera ba repeat atingo wafa
Guy,
method versus
case hedzi ndidzi value dza x, hedzi ndi dza y. Nazipesa.
ndo dzifesesa
Yeah. Then case roko solve. So mbudzuro magumoni, mbudzuro ya x rotuyobona hedzi dzi value dzanga apa. Hawaii rotuyobona idzi. That's why Hawaii rodara pangera 42. Ra J3 yayangangi ngauri huko todo firisane na zwa x. Therefore, ra kona square root of both side. Ra wana uri 3 iringana na x. Zvine zvambori b yashu ndiyo nhenga na 3. Nazvona.
ndozvivona
Then Radharavana y is equals to 5 into our x now is 5. Then minus 3. Y actually bugari ndi c. C yaringana bugari chipedza calculate. Namtu ari nambuso.
haya hauna
Then we end here guys for today.